Well, John, that was a rather interesting evening of relaxing and
A long, boring evening of miners jumping out of the bed chair for nothing.
yeah. And now, out of nowhere, what did we just say? We just finished our Carpy coffees, and now it's time for a fish. And then, yeah,
It's rolling in it. It looks like a little male. Just a long male. But finally a fish.
yeah, literally just finished our coffees, put down the cups, kind of just like clapped our hands, like, all right, now for a fish. And
I
my
believe the comment was we believe we need 2 30-pounders
for this kind of weight,
after
absolutely.
blanking all night.
Wrench.
Just got pack bait on your lead.
I know. It was just a fresh recast. Let's get it on that. Yes. Oh.
Nice fish. Nice healthy looking fish. Little hump forming on his head.
Nice.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Well, as you can see, a little bit twisted up, but there was still method on the method lead from when it cast it out, which just goes to show how fresh that cast was. Oh, even with the pretty long fight that fish put up. It's not a bad fish. We're hoping that there's going to be a few more this morning, because it has been a very uneventful evening. What a lovely low double it is. Nice little split in the fin, nice little character.
It's a nice fish.
It's a very nice fish. It's almost fin perfect with the exception of that dorsal fin. Just a little chunk taken out of it. Little bugger. Oh, get that there. Thankfully stayed in the mat. My goodness. Aren't we glad we brought this one? Oh. We'll get this one back. We'll talk a little bit about how the weekend went for us.
Okay.
All right. Let's put her away. To the depths. Like that method ball is still on there entirely. Look at it.
Well, yeah, it wasn't on the bottom seconds.
Lord, 100. That ran like a monster, and now I haven't seen it yet. I can see the method ball, but that's all I'm seeing here.
Yeah, it's probably a 5-pounder.
Yeah, an absolutely face-melting take. Well, this certainly has changed the pace of things.
I told you, if you have a bad night when you're doing it at night here, usually the morning turns on. It's just a matter of when.
Well, yeah. I was questioning if, and it was all along just a matter of when.
Yeah,
There's
they're
my
here.
Pop-up. Pop-up broke off. That's okay.
Yeah, the fish are here. They're always here. It's just a matter of getting them to really get their noses down when they want to, or when you want them to, and sometimes it takes a while.
You can tell they've been dealing with currents their entire life. Going one way and then going another way.
It's the nice part about river fish. Big fins and strong bodies.
Absolutely. This is certainly the epitome.
I just see a big freaking ball of pack bait out there.
Literally.
That's all I can see.
That's all I see too.
Oh, he's a dink. He's tiny.
About the same size as the last one,
No,
isn't
he's smaller.
it? Is he actually?
Yeah, he's
wow.
smaller.
It's because of the weight of that bloody bait ball. Wow.
Wow. Still a fish though.
It is.
Still counts. Now, can you still get that ball of pack bait back out there?
Hey, Jeremy?
Without destroying it, can you get that ball of pack bait out? You just need a fresh hook bait.
Sure. Why not?
Okay.
Might as well. It was a lucky one.
Let me get this situated.
I think it's the same size as the last one, John. I really did.
Oh, it's smaller.
You sure?
Oh, yeah.
Well, as you can see, once again, that method ball just fell off in my hand. But I was in the water 30 seconds, maybe.
If it was only on the rod rest, 5 seconds.
Unbelievable. And I just turned around. We was going to come back and do a little take to camera, talking a little bit about how the night has gone, which it went like crap, to be fair. But this morning has been going off, just as of recently, quite brilliantly. Got another long male here. Oh, it's got leeches on it, John. And one eyeball. Holy crap. Try to get the net out of here. There we are. Let's show you that one eyeball. I think it's so cool that these fish have the ability to adapt when they only have one eye. In fact, actually, I think this one's just sunken in really far. But another absolute screaming take.
That's just me.
And a quality fish. Yeah, John's just messing with his rig.
Cutting in front.
Gee whiz.
That one took you for a heck of a run, eh?
Buddy, I thought it was a lot bigger. I really did. It took me right out into the center there and just absolutely screamed.
Yeah, it's definitely not bigger. It's that size.
Yeah, it's this big. But hopefully we can get a few more this morning. And turn a very quiet night into a very productive morning.
It wasn't quiet. It was liners all night keeping us up.
Quiet in terms of we didn't get a screaming take, did we, John?
No, I had that one on for a second, but...
Yeah. All right, let's get this one back. About 45 minutes ago, I was saying to John how this was going over like a Led Zeppelin. All throughout the night, last night, we were getting liners, we were seeing the odd roll, but there was not a single run. With the exception perhaps of a very twitchy bite that John picked up, set into, immediately dropped, eh? Wouldn't you say so, John?
Just a couple quick head shakes and it was gone, yeah.
Yeah, definitely wasn't fully committed to it at that time. But yeah, it's been very slow here. All of a sudden, we finish our Carpy coffees. We got the kettle back on now. We figure maybe there's something ritualistic to this. We just put down our coffee cups, slammed them down on the ground, and I think I looked to John and said, right now we both need a 30 for waiting this long. And I've just had 2 fish in less than 10 minutes. Unbelievable. I was asked by the gentleman to talk to you guys a little bit about my impression of the Niagara region.
Not overall, just specifically this weekend.
just specifically this weekend. Well, you guys have said this entire year thus far, it's been a struggle. And a lot of spaces, a lot of your locations, it feels like, you know, year in, year out, things are constantly changing, conditions are changing. You're saying the bottom's composition is changing.
Here specifically, the bottom composition is completely different than it has been in previous years.
I've never had to face anything quite like this in my fishing. Sorry about that. We were interrupted by a couple big splashes, one right in the margin here, a couple out on the far side, and then we just started talking gibberish there. We're tired. We're very tired. Sorry. So, as I was saying, John has said that year in, year out, the bottom here, the composition's been changing, specifically in this spot, but in a number of spots that they've been fishing for many, many years now. And like, for example, here, we've had clay give way to gravel, and now it's gravel covered in silkweed. And that's really changing how you have to approach a swim like this. And I never had to face these kinds of issues when I was up in Peterborough. And even in the Bay of Quinte, like, spots remain pretty consistent. On this river, the ebb and flow, just the way it comes in and moves out, it's quite tidal, it almost seems. And I think as a result of this, you actually get the clay washing out and you get silkweed blowing in and pushing in. It's bizarre, and it definitely poses some new challenges that even I have never faced before. But a recap of this weekend in general, Mud Beach did not go our way. Not one bit. You know, seeing the successes of the lads in their previous videos, you would have seen them now, for sure by now, if you've been dedicated enough to the channel. The success they were having was definitely not mirrored on Saturday morning. When we went to the Park Lake, that was a bit more successful, I would say.
That was some seriously tough fishing, but it was successful, yeah.
I consider that to be a success. I saw how many people were walking around and how quickly these fish were moving in and out of these little designated swims that John was introducing me to. And I mean, like, I'm just very lucky. I didn't honestly think I was going to catch when I saw some of these fish moving around. There's another one rolling out in the center. Holy cow. I honestly didn't think I was going to catch in that stalking challenge. I just figured, you know, it'll be a bit of fun. We can have a couple of laughs. I caught one, and I think it was the biggest one, wasn't it?
I don't know. I honestly haven't even seen your fish yet.
Yeah, we were so focused on just trying to get ahead of each other and whatnot. I think John truly cheated in that challenge. I just found out, not too long ago actually, that John went off and put some bait in while I was actually taking photos and video of my fish. He went and baited a spot.
That's priming your spot to return on the next pass.
Priming your spot.
And it worked.
He gallivanted over and took advantage of me when I wasn't paying attention. That's cheeky, John, but, you know, all the power to you. You still won the challenge. So that brings us here now. I mean, as I said, it's suddenly just woke up. Like, we had 2 fish run in 10 minutes. And the second one, I literally was putting my rod down, turning around to come and do this video bit. It just melted off. It's been a few changes in the night. I went from running a shot shank rig, and now I'm up to just a multi, and I'm actually running a homemade bait. So John and I have been joking about that. Perhaps for the homemade bait challenge, I should have gone with these guys. An orange peach pop-up that I made, and so far it's taken a fish, and I couldn't be happier with that result. Having those 2 fish bite in rapid succession like that, I imagine that the fish are probably going to push off for a brief period of time here, but we're fishing pretty deep water. There's always a good chance that they can circle back around, and even in the hot of the day, way down on the bottom there's going to be a lot cooler than it's going to be on the surface. So we could have activity well into the afternoon.
Yeah, we've put a lot of new bait out, fresh bait. Get the rigs back out. I'm going to change my hook bait in a few minutes, so we still got a good chance at some more fish. Like, we've had the chance the entire time we've been here. It's just they were touchy all night. There was no movement to the water. It was like everything was just dead. There was no life this morning to the water.
Not until probably about 6 a.m.
Yeah, and then it just, everything sprung into life, and we had fish rising over the bait, and yeah, now some results.
Yeah, so an hour's worth of this river actually moving, you know, going in, coming out, and finally something happened. So fingers crossed that we can have a few more here. We've got quite a bit of time yet. Lots of things can happen. But I go home today.
Yay! Oh wait, sorry.
That's okay. I feel the same way. Well, that kettle's just about to boil.
Is it? Because I'm waiting.
Yeah, man. Let's get some coffee, and let's have a few more carp. Did it walk down? Oh, lovely. Just enough then, eh?
Just enough.
Critical balance. Well, that means it's going to move around nicely on the bottom too, eh?
Third down the slope. see what happens.
Well, it's been a quiet number of hours since we last tuned in. And I think we've got a case of the sillies, and this is take number 6 now.
Okay.
Since we last tuned in, since we last spoke to you, they're tuning in.
Did you hit slow-mo there?
Well, that's how this fishing's going, so I thought I would try to personify.
Oh, okay. I'll do that with the music. I'll use the somber music and
Okay. Take 6.
singing.
Well, it's been a very long, very slow number of hours since we last spoke. The fishing here has completely shut off. We were quite optimistic when those 2 fish came in rapid succession, and we thought for sure that there was going to be a few more lined up, but that was most certainly not the case. Strangely enough, there are fish still crashing right on top of us. We're getting the odd line bite, we're getting the odd indication, but there's nothing committed. And John and I have, smashed our heads together several times trying to come up with a solution.
Oh! Liquor's fast. Wow.
Are you guys hiding it?
You were just pointing at that too.
Well, it was bubbling, but not over there, obviously.
Oh.
You have to get that anglophile smiley face on John's behind there. You want crack, Dave?
Nope, you are.
Right. Well, John, we were just about to do a closing remark about how this session was going when I was so rudely interrupted. First by Goldie, and now
Is
by
your line still way out there?
That, you've gone over it. You're fine.
I'll pull mine
Crank it
in.
in real quick. Crank it in low.
Yeah. Okay. I'm way out of the way though. Yeah, you're good.
It's not big, but wow, what a run.
Yeah, absolutely. I was.
That whole rod, the pot, the bank stick and everything just went right over.
I didn't think it was real at first. I thought someone was pulling a
Well,
dirty
Dave was
crank.
pointing, so I thought he was indicating to like a knock or something like that.
Apparently.
Okay, get that out of the way.
Yeah.
I'm almost got to the next one for the structure to the left.
Oh, your fish don't usually run that way.
No, they don't. But
They-
he had
they
a long
usually-
line out, so he took a big arc around it, right at it.
They usually try and go to the right and get you stuck over there.
It's a crash.
Right in the weeds.
Yeah, he's coming up. I'll bring him up. I just want to bring him up to the right one. No, straight left. Oh, it's not a mirror.
Oh, it counts. It counts. It counts. Yes, John.
The blank saver.
Woohoo!
It's little, but I'm happy with him.
Out of nowhere.
On the licorice lust, the secret weapon.
Blank saver.
Yes, I was worried I was going to have to go into the water. Oh, he's nailed.
Oh, he's a lot bigger than I thought.
Oh yeah, this is 30.
inches.
Okay, finally, after hours and hours blanking, I managed to not blank. Really nice fish. Completely normal, common scales on this side, and then the side you can see it's got slight distortion to it. Just makes it that little bit extra unique. Absolutely love this. Hammered it. Such a vicious take. The front bank stick almost ripped right over. I'm so stoked about this. On the Monster Carp tackle, licorice less corn, which you cannot get anymore. I have what's left of it, and I ain't letting it go. It's a secret weapon in the war against blanking. So, I guess this pretty much wraps this up, this overnighter, because you're about to leave, and you know we all got things to do. I'm gonna put the line back in for a little bit, just try one more time, but
I thought we were going to end that on a dismal note, but it ended on the tone of an R3 body.
no better sound than a Siren R3.
One tone.
Well, there's the Monster Carp alarm that's got the one tone as well.
It sounds almost exactly the
All made
same.
exactly the same.
Like I said, best day session alarm out there,
Yes, it is.
for sure. But the R3 is exactly what I need when I'm fishing in tough conditions through the night where I need my receiver. So like that product plug, liaison to our...
Just glad you caught.
Just glad you cut. Okay, let's get this fish back.
That was one awkward takeoff.
This does not feel big. It feels really small, actually. Strong though. Thought it was small, but now I'm starting to think otherwise. It just feels like I'm pulling in weight with the odd little. Let's see what we got here. That's not bad at all. Oh my goodness, that's not bad at all. That's a mid-double for sure. Long fish. interesting is this fish is using my braid to cut down all the weeds that are in front of us. Hearing the swim out again. Oh, you bugger! We've stuck it out. Will has been officially gone for 53 minutes, so he's probably out of the region, so this one doesn't count. Dave just left us. He's on his way to work. It was a really nice visit to have from him. And we're literally just packing up. I've been taking small trips back to the van. Line was still out. And Goldie and I were just sitting there thinking it'd be nice for one more, and the rod ripped off. This fish looks so much bigger in the water. I thought I had a mid-double to potentially a low 20. It's a low mid-double, probably 12, 13 pounds tops. Beautiful fish. Really, really strong fight. That's that big tail going to work there. But yeah, great way to cap off this weekend. Real busy. We shot 3 videos in a day and a half. A lot of work, a lot of fun. Great visit from Will. Glad he came down. Great visit from Dave. Glad he had some time to spare. And yeah, Goldie and I are going to pack up and get to editing. We will see you next time. Okay, I'm good. Got it all out of my system.
Are you good, Dave?
I don't want to.
Dave, well behaved.
Goldie.
Well, I'll interrupt you at least 3 or 4 more times.
Okay.
Because I'm especially when you're right about to start.
Oh, you.
When he gets on a roll, man, he'll do that to me and we'll lose like a half an hour of footage.
I was just about to open my mouth. I went, I got it. I know how I'm going to start this. Oh,
You're welcome.
God. Thanks, buddy.